Okay, let's get one thing straight from the start. I'm not some guru. I'm not here to sugarcoat life. I'm a man who's been through it, and I'm still standing. The truth is, I've made money and I've lost it. I've chased dreams and I've destroyed some. And I've got some too. I've built people up and I've let people down, I guess. But I've learned, and I'm still learning. And now I'm here to teach what I know. Discipline is the only way forward. I was born the youngest of 6. Hand-me-down clothes, a chaotic house, and very little guidance. One brother finally disappeared to New Zealand after a family fight. Another brother of mine was more drunk than sober, a 3-time divorcee who was never around. So I really had no role models regarding my brothers and sisters. My sisters, 2 are gone now, sadly. One acted like a mother to me when mine was busy working shifts in a factory. That sister passed years ago. Now it's just me and my last sister living here in Spain. And right now she's one of the most important people in my life. My childhood wasn't tragic, but it wasn't easy either. I grew up fast and I grew up on edge in Manchester in the UK. I was good at sports, I had drive, but school was more survival than anything else. Back then in Manchester, teachers didn't motivate, they punished, and they got away with it. You could get the cane, the strap, or worse, just for the most stupidest things that kids do. My dad was my anchor, I guess. He was strict, but he also loved sports, and he believed in it as a way of building discipline. He taught me to compete, to commit, to push as much as possible. He came from Austria, my mum from Hungary. They came to the UK after the Hungarian Revolution. So they had 6 kids. They had shifts in a factory, a foreign language. Now that I look back at that, they were tougher than I ever gave them credit for. But life hit hard when I was 21. My dad took his own life, and that was it. No more guidance, no more map, I guess, life map for me. It was just me, alone in another country because I moved over to Spain. And I was trying to figure everything out at 21. And at 21, you think you know things, but you don't. You're still a boy with a loud mouth and a soft head. But I hustled. I learned. Even at 10 years old, I was knocking on doors, offering car washes. I was delivering newspapers at 6 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the evening. I was learning to sell. And that has never left me, because I truly believe that life is sales. When I was 19, I hitchhiked to Spain. As I said, I was living in Spain when my father died. I had £300 in my pocket and a zero plan. I got into the nightclub scene, worked the doors and then worked the streets, getting people to come into the bars, and then I became a DJ. And for some reason, not just any DJ, I became one of the top DJs in town, and eventually I worked in clubs in London, in Dubai, in Hong Kong, in Switzerland, in Morocco. I learned branding and I learned more hustle. Those days I recorded my sets and I sold them as cassette tapes or CDs, and people bought them and they came to see me. That's when I learned the first lesson in real business. And that is, if you show up every day and back up your product, and back your own product, as I say, people will follow. But remember, success can make you lazy. Ego can blind you. I got married, thought I had it all. I didn't. I divorced. That, I guess, was a wake-up call for me. The first time I realized at that time that love isn't enough without discipline, and that being a man isn't about charm. Being a real man is about consistency. Then came Milena, stunning woman from the Czech Republic. We were together for 7 years. I gave that relationship everything because I'd learned from my past. But in the end, sadly, I had to leave. We were in Dubai. She stayed in Dubai. I came back to Europe, and it wrecked me. It was hard. It was tough. Why? Because I guess sometimes the hardest decisions are the most important. I wasn't getting what I deserved, and I believed there was something greater waiting for me. And I was right. Sometimes maybe I was wrong too. That's how life works. You don't always get clean answers to the questions that you ask. Somewhere in all that pain, I started to rise. I got into fitness teaching. I trained, I studied, and then I created something real. My own boot camp training facility. Look it up, ASF Boot Camp. That's mine. For over 10 years now, I've trained thousands. I've built warriors. I've reshaped lives, not just bodies, minds as well. Men, women, young, old, busy moms, burnt out dads, policemen, security, firemen, doctors, teachers, people who needed a coach, not just a trainer. And I became that coach. And I built my life around one unshakable truth. Discipline is everything. I'll repeat that. Discipline is everything. Now I'm here building something new. The 5 laws of discipline. This isn't a trend. It's not a challenge. It's a blueprint forged through fire, failure, tears, and relentless self-work that I put on myself. So if you're ready to stop pretending, if you're ready to stop negotiating with weakness, then welcome. This is not just content. This is a mission. It's your mission. It's my mission too. And it starts right now.